What's up, guys? It is October 30th. This is my first morning out of the year. I usually don't start hunting mornings until the bucks start moving a whole lot more. Last night, I have two cameras, no, 3 cameras right here in this front part of the farm. And I had no less than about 10 bucks on camera last night between midnight and 6 o'clock. So they're really up and moving. So far this morning I've seen 2 little bucks and 2 or 3 does. So it's still pretty early. This is the first chance I've had to do an interview. But I sat in this spot the other afternoon and saw a few does. It's just like a little finger that goes up into the middle of these fields, but it's a thicket. A lot of deer bedding there. Back behind me, I got the big haulers. They go for miles and miles back in that way. But the other morning, I had a buck I called Big Brow at the end of this point. He came from this direction. It was like 10:30 in the morning. So I know he stays up in the front of this farm. He really doesn't go much further than where I'm at now. Well, not that I'm aware of. I have a camera, covert cell camera, across this field to my right. About 200 yards maybe, 150. And that's as far as I know that he goes. There's another buck that I would love to shoot on this farm. It's called 6x7. He's actually a 7x7 this year. But when he was 4, he was a 6x7, so it's just kind of how he got his name and stuck. But it's still, like I said, it's still pretty early this morning. Either buck could show up in here 6x7. He usually stays to the back of the farm, but I do get pictures of him up here every once in a while. I haven't this year, but last year he was up here quite a bit. But like I said, we'll see. It's still pretty early, and I haven't seen any deer in about 20 minutes, but that doesn't really mean much.
I just killed him. I just killed him. I think I seen him up there. He's at this. I snort wheezed at him when he came back. And we shot him at 30 yards.
Yeah.
I just killed him.
No way.
I just killed him.
Alright, well, you can use our own to take our help.
Well, let me, I'm gonna go out and get, oh, I'm gonna go back to the house, to Big Brow. I shot him, and I seen him run up. I seen him run up into a gap, and then he was flicking his tail like crazy. So that usually means he's about to die. Alright. Well guys, I just shot Big Brow. I don't know how that shot looked. It looked good. I seen him run up and he stopped, but he was flicking his tail like crazy. Usually that means they're about to die. Oh my lord. That's a big deer. I've known that deer since he was 2 years old. I could never kill him. When he was 4 last year, I tried to kill him, and I seen him a bunch late season and could not kill him. And I kind of pinned this area down that in the rut I would never get a lot of pictures of him, or I would never see him. But the pictures I did get of him, he was up here in the front. And for some reason I never put it together until this year. And I always thought or knew that he always showed up right here at this area first when he would show up late October. This year he showed up early October. Let me sit down. This year he showed up early October, which was really weird. He's never showed up that early, but he showed up early October. And well, I kind of, after I put all my information together and put all my pictures and information together, and I have covert cell cams. I got 3 of them right here and within about 300 yards of each other, and he's only on these 3. So I come to find out, well, not come to find out, but what I'm thinking is he beds right behind my house. There's a block of woods right behind my house that is ridiculously thick, but we never hunt it. We've never hunted it. It's because it's so thick in there. We knew deer bedded in there, but we always thought it was does. And then me and my girlfriend was hunting the food plot about 150 yards this way, and we watched him come out of there. So that right there, and I knew right then and there that's where he bedded. So I held off. I didn't want to hunt any mornings until I started really getting pictures of deer. And last night I got probably 10 different bucks on camera. He was one of them at 130, about 100 yards to my left. Oh my God, that's the first time I've had that deer that close. He is an absolute beast of a 5-year-old. Beast. But I want to get down and I want to check this footage real quick. Then I'm going to get down and go back to the house, wait for everybody to get here. And oh my God. pretty it is. Think how pretty it is. Oh yeah. It's stuck in the ground too. Look at that. Perfect.
Is it open?
Oh, it's open.
We don't need to necessarily blood trail him because we know where he's at.
Good Lord.
Jacob may or may not have stumbled upon him
Accidentally found him.
when he was walking out to come get us.
I was just curious what his blood trail was like, to be honest with you. Huh? I mean, I would say it's a dead deer, Dave. I mean, I've seen it laying dead over there. Blood. I keep saying blood. Yeah, I think it's where he would stop right there. He wouldn't feel too hot right now. Did you see where he jumped and where he landed?
I think it's the blood. Big line of it. Oh Lord. I don't think I've ever seen a blood trail like this before. What did you do? Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. Good Lord.
Good Lord.
Oh, I can't even get my hand around it.
He's
I can't
got-
get my hand around
He's
it.
got like 6-inch races. He's asked it.
Holy
Beautiful
Jesus.
What do you think?
He's a beast. Absolute
4 years in the making.
absolute hammer right there, boys. Jesus Christ. I'll say he's a little bigger than I thought he was, I'm gonna be honest with you. Hold on, I need to scoot him
wait
back
on
one.
Willis.
Scoot him back one. Okay, I'm gonna get up there and grab the head while y'all do that. Not gonna be much help. Grab me a hit. Somebody grab me a hit. Oh. All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh, we're stuck.
I just breaks it all. I get it in.
I think so, man.
Whole side's gone.
Well, here he is, old Big Brow. Man, I've been trying to kill this deer for 2 years. It's been a pain. Last year, late in the season, I tried to kill him for, I guess it's probably about the last month and a half of season. We bought about 4 acres of beans off the farmer, and he was in there all the time. I mean, it was pretty much every single day. I had him in covert cell cameras almost every single day, and we just could not kill him. He'd always stay on the other side of the field, or when I tried to go over there, he just wouldn't be there, and it never worked out. But fast forward to this year, well, actually, let's take a step back here. I've actually known this deer since he was 2. Didn't know that until I went back for pictures this year, and I realized it. I had a lot of pictures of him when he was 3, which was been 2 years ago. Had all kinds of pictures of him. Never did see him though. I had all kinds of daylight pictures, never did see him. Never found his sheds that year. And then last year he showed up right around the same time frame. I think it was October or November 4th when he showed up last year. And then once again, it was really sporadic of where I would get pictures of him, at least during the rut. And then late season, he was all over the food. And then this year, he showed up really early, like October 4th or 5th when the first big cold front came through. And I got the first picture of him, and then I thought maybe he was just kind of passing through just for, every once in a while. Like last year I had a picture of him in like August, and I didn't see him again until November. Every once in a while he would do that, and I thought maybe, but I got a picture of him in October, and then kept getting pictures. And then I guess it was last weekend or weekend before last, weekend before last, me and my girlfriend was hunting on a food plot in the blind, and we ended up seeing him come out literally right here behind the house where I thought he was bedding at. And then ever since then, I was just getting pictures of him probably every 2 or 3 nights. So the other afternoon, I got a picture, well, other morning, this was 2 mornings ago, I had a picture of him at 10:30 in the morning on one of my covert cell cams. And so I went in there to hunt that afternoon and didn't see him, but I left that stand there thinking, it's a pretty good spot in the morning. It was right on the end of a thicket that opens up into a big bottom. And so I left it there, and it rained all day yesterday. And as soon as that rain stopped last night, between midnight and 6 o'clock when I woke up this morning, I probably had 10 different bucks on camera. He was one of them. It was 1:30 in the morning. But so I snuck in there, and it all worked out pretty good, actually. I wasn't expecting to see him. I had never seen him this early. And he come up to my left, and a couple grunts of snort and wheeze later, he did this big loop around me. I shot him at 30 yards, and of course I freaked out a little bit because I ain't never seen this deer unless it was late in the year. But old Big Brow finally dead. Still have another deer to shoot. Not me. Maybe my brother and my dad can shoot him, and definitely not Dave. But definitely not Dave. But I'm not gonna let him shoot a deer. He don't let me come hunt. So yeah, this morning I woke up about 6:15 and seen I had all those bucks on camera, and so this morning, before I left, I knew I had to spray down at least my feet, because I was walking a pretty good way in there. I guess probably about 300 yards to get to where that stand was, and I had to spray down with Scent Assassin. I sprayed just waist down because I knew I was going to sweat anyway. At least the deer wouldn't smell where I walked in at. So once I got up there, they have a little field bottle. It's about that big, and I sprayed my whole face and my top half down with it. And of course I had my ozonics running too. But this morning, before this buck came in, I had a really old deer. I don't know how old he is. I really don't know who it is. I think I had pictures of him last year, but he's super old. He's a beast of a deer. He got out about 10 foot away from me. He was looking at me, and he tried to get around downwind and never did smell me one time. So I don't know, but I think Scent Assassin works pretty good. So But yeah,